up.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another car review.
On the scene, right out of the theater.
On the scene.
Well,
We
had
dinner.
We had dinner first.
Went to dinner.
We were so hungry.
Tried oysters.
Those oysters in that movie looked so good that we got oysters. We were kind of disappointed, not gonna lie.
I knew I wouldn't like the texture, and I didn't. I didn't like the texture.
I like
cold
it. They're
in your
just
mouth.
too expensive for what they are. Okay, that's not what this is about. We're not reviewing oysters.
I
Reviewing
would,
a
though.
movie.
I'd give it, like, maybe a 4 out of 10. 4. But, like I was telling Ben, if someone, like, offered, they had a tray of oysters.
Oh my
and they
God,
were,
we're still on the oysters.
We're still on the oysters. If they offered and it was there, I would eat one. Sure. Because now I don't have that hesitation anymore because I spent $31 on oysters. Well, we split it, but still expensive.
All right, to the actual point of this video.
Anyway, welcome to another review. We just watched The Wild Robot. After watching The Substance, this was so great.
Oh my goodness,
it was
night and
so
day.
Great. It really was. Ben, thoughts on The Wild Robot?
I thought it was a beautiful... Oh, by the way, spoilers. This is a spoiler review.
Yes.
So if you don't want to be spoiled, go away. Mm-hmm. It says spoilers in the title, so stop being stupid. I like this movie a lot.
I loved it.
I thought it was beautiful. We both cried, like full-on tears, not just little, wet eyes, but full-on tears streaming down our face.
Yeah, like, that first movie in a very long time to make a tear. Like, I tear up in movies all the time. But for a tear to actually fall with little kids sitting a few, seats away from me, I was like, man, we're just two, fully grown men.
I, too, am scared of children.
They terrify me. It's so scary.
I had an old guy on my side.
Really? I thought that was for Substance.
That was for Substance. That's right. Wrong movie.
Wrong movie experience.
That's just as weird.
Anyway, this movie was great.
It was. It was awesome.
So good. For anyone who doesn't know, the story is about a robot who lands in this forest area, and I guess a hurricane is that what it said? A hurricane or something knocked the spaceship off course, and the package of robots crash landed. And so this robot wakes up and it needs a directive, and it doesn't have any humans around to give it a directive. So it starts falling in love with little animal creatures, and it's adorable.
Becomes a mom.
It's so cute.
Becomes a mom.
It's so cute. It's so cute, and I love it.
So adorable.
I love it.
The whole time I'm like, she keeps getting more and more injured, but she still keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
They made her a little wood leg, and I was like, "Aww."
It made me miss my mom so much.
Your mom's not dead.
No, I know, but she's 8 hours away. I'm like, Mom, I want to call.
You migrated.
How are you?
You migrated.
Why do you think I cried at that? So yeah, we talked about the scenes that made us cry, and my scene was when the little goose was migrating. He was making his little way downtown, and then he stops. The older goose is like, "Wait, we gotta circle back so your mom can see you one more time," and it's so oh my God. Yeah, I know. I migrated 8 hours away, but Mom, if you're listening, which I know you're not, I love you.
Wow. Mom, if you're listening, there's a good chance you might be. I love you too.
That's so weird. Hi. Well, I will say. Hi, Ben's mom.
I didn't say your mom's name. So
I know. Hello, Ben's mother.
She was dropped her name
I love
on
you
there.
too.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So I'll be honest, this movie at the beginning, it wasn't doing it for me up until the robot actually became a mom. Then I was like, "Aww," and then it didn't. And then it just kept going.
You know what? I agree. I didn't think I felt that same way, but I agree 100%. At first, I kind of was just yeah, I've seen all this in the trailer. This is cool. It's animated beautifully, but
but
there's
not
nothing
theater worthy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And but then I think it switched up. I switched it up real quick.
This movie ended 3 times.
It did. It had Lord of the Rings syndrome.
Yeah. So it was the first ending where the kid finally learns to fly. By the way, the kid's a goose. So we didn't say that. I just said the kid learns to fly. So that's just a wild statement. She just throws it off a cliff. No.
Didn't she at one point?
No, she threw it up in the air.
She threw it in the air. That's what it was. Okay, yeah.
But that thing would have died.
I don't know. Yeah.
But so the kid learns to fly finally. You think, okay, yeah, that's the end. Nope. Then there's another scene where, what was the next? It was there's a fire? Was that
No. The next part
It was
was
a storm.
the storm. Well, first the robot's like, "Oh, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna, I finished my task. I'm done." Oh my god. Okay, I just remembered what I wanted to talk about. That was similarity. So, remind me.
Okay.
Anyway, finish the task. Then the winter storm comes, and then
Yes.
her and the fox like help save all the other animals. Yeah, and then they all get in the shack and they all start fighting because they can't live together in a small space. But then the robot brings them together, and they're like, "Hey, we got to come together as a community right now, no matter what color fur you may have." Great message, seriously though.
Wow.
Like, in all seriousness.
Wow.
Fantastic
That's where he took
message.
it.
Well, that's what it's talking about.
I guess.
It is. That's like clearly the message they were trying to send.
Sure.
But this was a beautiful film. I loved it. Made me cry. But also a blatant ripoff of Mr. Meeseeks from Rick and Morty. Do you not know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
When she activates the other robot in that one part, and she's like, "I'm here to help with any task. What's your task? We always get our tasks done." And then he's like, "I have a kid." And it's just like them trying to help Jerry learn how to play golf. It can't happen. And so they're just like getting aggravated with each other.
It's a combination of the Bass Short I showed you.
Yes.
And then Mr. Meeseeks.
It's literally
like
Mr. Meeseeks.
The Overwatch Bash Short combined with Mr. Meeseeks it's weird.
It's very weird. But like whenever they were talking about the task and stuff and being like, "We always complete our task. What is it? Give me a task. I need to find somebody to give me a task." It's like when the Meeseeks can't find someone or they can't complete a task. It was the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. I loved it though. It was great.
It was beautiful.
I think this is based off a book, though. So if the book was written first, then Rick and Morty ripped it off. So who's to say? Who's to say?
I think you're looking into it a bit much.
I'm always looking into everything a bit much.
I didn't even I forgot Mark Hamill was a bear.
Mark Hamill was a bear. And Pedro Pascal was the fox.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize anybody's voice.
I know. But he did good. I was a little worried because I don't think he's done any voiceover work before. But I thought he did. Well, I guess besides The Mandalorian, because he voices everything. He's not the one always under the helmet. He's got to do that voice afterwards. So I guess he has done voiceover work before.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, Pedro Pascal, that I doubted you. I want to watch you in The Last of Us.
Though.
Huh?
That he's a very monotone character, though. Like, he doesn't, show a ton of emotion.
I still liked the fox. I liked the fox. He was fun.
The fox was great.
Fink was his name.
Fink.
But it was so good. It was such a good movie.
I loved how she was able to, mimic all the animals and stuff. It was, and, how the end, when they're fighting, close to the end, where they're fighting all, the military robots, she used that to her advantage. Mm-hmm. I thought that was pretty cool.
I definitely think this is going to get a sequel. I could see it happening. I think this movie's going to make a lot of money, if it hasn't already. I have not been keeping up with the box office for this guy, but very good. Such a good kids movie. Well, I think there's sequel books. I'm pretty sure. I'll look into it. I'll look into it and find out for sure.
Okay, the one thing I want to say was the very, end, where she was, refurbished, fixed up, and she was just back in service, tending, a hydroponic farm or whatever. And it's so in the end, she's just a slave again.
Yeah. But like Fink said, she's probably coming up with a plan to get out of there. To
Work
break
will
out
set
for good.
you free.
Oh gosh. I'm so excited for Shrek 5.
What the heck? I don't think I've seen Shrek 4. I don't remember.
Well, don't worry. When Shrek 5 comes out, we'll rewatch all of the Shrek movies.
I haven't seen any of the Shrek movies in a very long time.
We will rewatch all of them and the Puss in Boots movies because they are in the
I've
same
not seen the new Puss in Boots movie.
It's so good!
I know
what
it
is
is.
DreamWorks cooking, dude? DreamWorks is cooking.
Cooking straight meth, apparently, because you're going off on it. Oh my goodness.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
I was really happy with today's films. Both of them, I had a great time with. So different. So different.
Holy cow, the
Opposite
first one.
ends of the spectrum.
This one I walked out of it going, that was a nice feeling. The first one I walked out of it going oh. That was a terrible voice crack, by the way.
Splash.
Splash.
I'm ready to rate it. Are you ready?
I thought we did.
We did on the short.
Yeah, well, I did an 8. You did a 9.
You're sticking with your 8?
I'm sticking with my 8. Why would I change it? That was like 10 minutes
9.
ago.
I'm sticking with my 9. You never know. We talked for 10 minutes. You could be like, you know what? I like that movie more than I thought I did.
No, I'm still an 8.
I'm still a 9.
It wasn't like top of the line, but it was still a solid movie.
It was very solid.
It was.
That Dog Man movie kind of looked interesting.
Okay, the premise of that got me like, that is very morbid.
But I love it.
Like, they were just like, they just breezed right by that, like, really morbid
Let's
part.
show the dog's head on the man's body. That's
It's like, what happens to the man? Because obviously it's the dog consciousness.
I want to see it. And it's DreamWorks, and DreamWorks has been cooking. So either way, if you want to, if you don't, you're going to just have to go with it.
Oh, shut up.